How we doing?
Just on this call, we're live on Facebook, on YouTube at the minute. So if you want to kick things off, Gaffer, and I'll join in.
Yeah, absolutely. We live now, yeah? Cool. So welcome, folks. Welcome to the Upper Tier Podcast. Today we're doing a live stream today covering the Champions League draw. Looking forward to it. Some very interesting matchups potentially. A lot of really good teams left in the last 16. Just waiting for the draw to kick off here. Now UEFA showing some of the live action from the previous rounds on the group stages and stuff like that. Yeah, so really looking forward to this draw now. It's going to be electric. Interesting to see what some of the matchups and all are going to be like. Should be pretty good. So cannot wait. Should be very interesting to see now the home and away draws as well. I think most of the seeded teams in pot one are going to be drawn away for their first leg. Those matches being played in February and March. So it should be really, really interesting now. This is where the cream of the crop now joins. This is where the cream of the crop really shines through now in terms of the Champions League. A lot of the filler that you see in the group stages is now more or less gone. So cannot wait for this now. Really looking forward to it. Let us know as well. Make sure, guys, you hit a like and subscribe on it and hit that bell notification as well to make sure you get the latest updates from the Upper Tier Podcast. Should be a real interesting draw now coming up shortly. Yeah, keep tuned, keep logged in for it, keep tuned in there for it now. Should be really, really good. They're showing now that beautiful trophy, probably the most beautiful trophy in football. So yeah, looking forward to it now. So they're just going through the preliminary stuff here at the moment now and the kind of rules of the draw, and so far as like you can't draw like a home nations team from your own league, and you also can't draw, I think it's a team from your previous group stage. So it should be really interesting to see now what happens. But yeah, really looking forward to it. Should be starting now momentarily. They'll be introducing the people who are going to be drawing the balls, as they say. And yeah, cannot wait. I'd also like to give a shout out today and express our condolences as well to Jared Houlier's family. We just got word there earlier that Jared Houllier had passed away. Very sad times. Yet again, another football icon we've lost in 2020. If it wasn't bad enough losing Maradona and Paolo Rossi, now we've lost Jared Houllier. Seems like this whole COVID thing in 2020 is really, really one to forget. So we'd just like to express our condolences to the Houllier family at this very sad time. Absolute legend in Liverpool circles. UEFA always rolling out a great situation there, lovely stage presence and all there for the draw and stuff like that. You know. So drawing the balls, we have Stefan Chaposat. He's going to be drawing some of the balls out in the draw. Always amazes me the way they have them all laid out. There's just like pots all over the table. Not like the old days with the old European Cup where you just had like two pots, one was home and one was away, and you went with it. It's all very technical now. Looks really interesting though. They're just discussing now some of his memories of the Champions League and his excitement about it. Always a very exciting day for football fans if you're still in the draw. And for those who aren't, they always dream about getting there. Again, still discussing back and forward. And sometimes these things are a little bit drawn out, because it's like they want to set the scene for it and stuff like that and all. And but yeah, we should be getting pushing on with the draw now momentarily. I'd say there's having discussions about the teams they're excited about that are still in it. I think and thinking when we have a look at it, really, I mean, Bayern Munich are really the favourites still. I think they're probably the strongest team left in it. Again, it would depend on the draw and how the draw goes. I'm thinking from the English clubs that are left in it. I think Chelsea is probably the strongest that's left in it in terms of they've showed the most form in terms of Europe this year. Um, I think Liverpool have kind of done okay, but kind of flattered at times to deceive, and I think Man City have done well in it and stuff like that. But you always get that feeling with Man City that they're just not going to be able to go the full distance with it. So I'm thinking, from my point of view, I think Chelsea's probably going to be the best chance, probably from the English teams in terms of going all the way. Depending on Liverpool, if they can get some injuries back. I mean, again, these ties won't be kicking off till February, so it depends again if Liverpool can get some of their injuries back by that time and maybe strengthen a little bit in January. Maybe if they open up the checkbook, then it could be interesting. Again, once again, just going through the procedures and making sure everything is in place. So very interesting. This is always the bit that you feel drags on because you're just dying to get the draw done. You're trying to find out if who's your team drawn, and you just want to get on with picking those balls. Just get those numbers out there. Let's get going and let's get the draw out there so we can assess it. But yeah, interesting. Be amazing if Liverpool went all the way this year, especially with it being in Istanbul again. What a story that would write. Liverpool, we do like an Istanbul final. So the group winners are all being laid out there. So you've Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, Chelsea, Juventus, Liverpool, Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, and Real Madrid. They're all in pot one. And then pot two is Atalanta, Atletico, Barcelona, Mönchengladbach, Lazio, Leipzig, Porto, and Sevilla. So going to be a very interesting draw to take place. A lot of really top teams still left in this. The only surprise that probably went out is probably Inter Milan and um, Inter Milan and probably Manchester United, who would normally still be in the draw at this stage. So the first name out of the house, out of the draw, is Borussia Mönchengladbach. They're just preparing the ball now with the numbers that are applicable to this team. Give them a good spin around there. Let's see who Mönchengladbach drew. He's having trouble with the ball here. There you go. Twisting it the wrong way. Could be a long draw today if this is anything to go by. Manchester City. Very interesting. So Mönchengladbach versus Manchester City. I'm sure Pep Guardiola will be very, very happy with that draw. Excellent.
What did I miss?
Mönchengladbach versus Man City. Out of the box there now is Lazio. Lazio have just come out.
Pep with the brown envelopes.
Yeah, very good draw. I'm sure he'll be very happy with that.
Sure he will. Yeah, definitely take that off.
Although we've seen in the previous round, not easy going away to German teams ever.
True, yeah, especially not for a Manchester club.
Yeah. So we have Lazio up. I'm going to see now momentarily who Lazio are going to face. Spin of the balls. Let's see, can he work out this one? He struggled with the last one. Oh, he has it down this time. It's all good. So Lazio are going to face Bayern Munich.
Oh,
lovely, very nice. There's a fixture now. Mouth-watering fixture, I should say. Bayern Munich going away to Italy. So here we are up next. Atletico. If you're a Liverpool fan now, this is one you probably want to avoid.
He was away from them. Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely.
They brought the COVID last time.
Yeah. And left it there. Didn't bring it home with them. So he's just organising the dessert bowl, as I call it. So we have Atletico. Chelsea.
Oh, that's an interesting toy.
Yeah, that's a very interesting toy. Just before you came back on there, I was talking about how I thought Chelsea, out of all the English teams, have showed the most form. And
yeah,
the favourites
form is in top notch.
Yeah. Now RB Leipzig have just come out. But I'd say that Atletico Chelsea is the toy of the round so far.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. So let's see how RB Leipzig get now. Should be very interesting. I don't know about you. I get so excited about these draws. I always love them. Like, it's just, there's nothing like it. It's like a Christmas thing, isn't it? We got Liverpool, RB Leipzig versus Liverpool.
I'll take that. That. Bro.
Happy enough with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Klopp going back to the German stomping ground again. Very good. Be nice if Naby Keita was fit for it.
It's nice if Naby Keita was fit full stop.
Yeah, true. Up next we have Porto. So all three English teams now know who they've gotten. So it's interesting. So Porto. Let's see who Porto now are going to face. I was saying earlier, Peter, it's a very, very strong draw with the exception that you'd normally expect maybe Manchester United and Inter to be still in there, maybe.
True. And Ajax as well.
And Ajax as well, probably, yeah. Although Ajax have sold a few players, so you could probably give them a pass for a year or two, you know?
Yeah, it usually takes them a year, and then all of a sudden they have these absolute gems out of nowhere again.
So Porto have just got Juventus.
Oh, the tough one for Porto.
Yeah. Also a tricky toy, though. Tricky toy.
Speaking of, I was just having a sip of my coffee there, you know, and I haven't got back to you yet, but there's something I know you have a link in about mugs. Might be getting on to you about that.
Absolutely. Barcelona now out of the hat.
Honestly, I wanted Barca for Liverpool.
Yeah.
I wanted them, but look, can't always get what you want.
No. So they can only get Dortmund or PSG apparently.
That could be just tied around.
You want PSG, don't you? Really?
Mm.
Dortmund just sacked their manager, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. You want Neymar coming back to Barca?
PSG. Very
PSG.
good. Yeah.
No,
So there's your tied around there. Barcelona versus PSG.
that just leaves Atalanta and Dortmund, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Although you never know with these bowls sometime, but we'll see.
I believe Port Vale will come out or something much.
Yeah. Yeah. Now Sevilla. Still a few. We got Sevilla's after coming out. Yeah, now there's another ball in the ball there on the left, so we knew there must have been another one. So they can only get Dortmund by the looks of things, if I'm reading this right, because they have it all nicely color coded this year and everything. So I think it's only Dortmund.
Then who's left? Atalanta and
Yeah, Sevilla get Dortmund. Again, another interesting tie.
Be interesting to see how Dortmund are going to do now after sacking their manager.
Yep. So
it's always a bit of a transition period for teams after they sack someone.
Yeah. So next up we've Atalanta.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. There must be only. I didn't catch the last time there when they showed the graphic, but I presume it's Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, there we go.
Real Madrid, Atalanta. That's a tough enough tie. Atalanta, they're no pushovers.
Atalanta are not bad whatsoever. Yet the 5-0 we got against them flattered us, and then they beat us 2-0 in the return leg. Yeah. I mean, they're a tough team.
Yeah. But that's an absolute super draw. Like some great fixtures in there now, really good ones, you know. We'll get a rundown of the fixtures now shortly, but looks excellent. So here we go. So we got Mönchengladbach versus City. We got Lazio versus Bayern. We got Atletico versus Chelsea. Leipzig versus Liverpool. Porto versus Juve. Barca versus PSG. Sevilla versus Dortmund. And Atalanta versus Real Madrid. Absolute super draw.
Oh, great draw. For once, there's actually some ties in there where I can't actually tell who's going to go through between them.
Yeah, and they're really competitive. Really competitive.
There's a couple of people like Neymar returned to Barcelona, Costa returned to Chelsea.
Yeah. And then you got the mix-up of the managers, like managers going in there, again, going back to their former stomping grounds and so former markets and stuff like that. So it should be interesting. Klopp will be an intriguing one going back to Leipzig. I mean,
we hope we could get a result out of that.
Yeah, I would imagine minimum a draw away. And then we take them at Anfield, because I'm hoping by the time these fixtures come around in February and March, we should be back in. There should be a lot more fans back in the stadiums with the vaccine coming online with a bit of luck.
Exactly, yeah.
Well,
there is some interesting ones there. Like I can't tell who's going to go through between Atletico and Chelsea. I can't tell who's going to go through between Barca and PSG. I mean, just some very interesting ties.
Yeah, some of the fixtures are taking out some of the big guns, big time.
Yeah.
But that basically completes the draw. Very, very interesting. So again, if you want to drop your thoughts in the comments, guys, let us know what you thought of the draw, how you feel about your team if it was in there. You happy with your draw? You concerned? Are you worried? Are you ambitious? Do you think you'll go through? Do you think you'll win? Where do you see the teams going? Even if your team isn't in there, give us your thoughts and let us know what's going on. So from me on the Upper Tier Podcast, available on the Dynamo Podcast Network, from myself and Peter Hart, we'll catch you next time. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.